Hey guys, I'm Kristen and today we're gonna redo this wall that is behind me. Okay, so this is kind of all there is to it and I hate it. I dislike it so much. It doesn't make sense, but like we need a coat rack. I also need some sort of calendar. So I want to redo it. I want to do board and batten. I've never done a project like that on my own, but we're gonna at least get this prepped and then start on the board and batten. I still have to pick a color out, all the things, but I think this is gonna be fun. Obviously, to get started on any project, it is the worst part of all of it is prepping. So I had to take everything off the wall, sand everything down, and then of course I have a million holes in this wall, so I did need to fill them, and I'm just using some spackle. I've taken this trim off because we're not going to need it anymore. This is the best part. So my wall is 98 inches long exactly, and so that is what I cut these two boards down to. Now I use my foot for so much. My husband was there to help me hold these boards because they were 98 inches long, which is absolutely insane. So I was not able to do some of it alone, especially hold this one up here. So I put the baseboard down. I also put this middle board down. I want it to be 55 inches high because I am going to be adding some hooks later on. So I did want to make sure that the coats weren't going to be hanging on the floor. And then I just kind of subtracted. Everyone's wall is going to be different. I started off with the two side, let's just say like the side pieces of wood. And then I just started cutting everything down. Our walls are super uneven, so this was not the easiest task to do. I made sure everything was level. I did cut a board 16 1/4, 16 1/2, plus a little bit extra, plus a couple extra lines on that ruler or that measuring tape. Yes, that is how I measure, but it's okay. So this is like my first time using a nail gun by myself. And when I mean by myself, I mean that no one else was in the house while I was doing this. Usually my husband's just kind of there just in case I need help or need him for something. But I was so proud. Like, this is me being super proud that I was able to accomplish this on my own. So when I did this project, I really didn't have a clue what I was doing. I watched some videos. I kind of figured out what I needed to do, where I needed to start. But honestly, I was kind of just winging everything, to be completely honest. Wood filling all of the nail holes. And of course, caulking, which is the worst part out of this entire thing. Caulking had to be awful. Once that was all dry, I did sand it down. I didn't share, but I did sand everything down. I had no choice. Now I'm painting this wall the gray that we have. I use Pittsburgh paint. It's from Menards. It is the best paint, personally, I think. It just covers so well. I'm using the color Fog, which is pretty much in 90% of our house. I don't care if gray's out of style. It's forever going to be in mine. And then I wanted to go with a fun, bold green. I see all these really fun, trendy greens, and I wanted the board and batten to be this color. This is also by Pittsburgh Paint, and this one is called Obligation. And this was just, it seriously ended up being the perfect green. I looked at so many different greens. I couldn't decide, and this hands down, I'm so happy I chose this one. I ordered this shelf off of Amazon, and this was kind of a lot larger because I don't measure anything. I just go with my gut and choose with my heart and my eyes and whatever I like. This one ended up being very large, but that's okay because that's kind of what I wanted to do for this wall was fill it. I wanted it to be packed full. I wanted it to look fun because you saw in the beginning it was not pretty and there was just so many random miscellaneous odd holes in the wall. I'm not sure if I'm done decorating yet, but so far so good. I added these hooks. These are from Menards. I did add some decor I already had on hand, and then these hooks I thought would be the easiest thing to do in this whole entire video. These ones were the hardest. I stripped so many screws, but overall this is great. Last thing I wanted to do was hang up my everblog calendar. All right, so here's the wall. It is finally finished and I could not be more excited. But I do have to say that as a stay-at-home mom, picking the kids up from school, bringing them home from school, figuring out what is going to be for dinner, packing lunches, taking care of the house, making sure laundry's done, and I'm also a DIYer, and that is also my full-time job. So I have a couple full-time jobs. I am so happy that I have the everblog calendar. I could not have done a huge DIY project without it. So this little guy right here honestly has been like the command center of all command centers in a tiny little screen. I would say tiny, but it is 21 inches, which is a pretty decent size. It has been my lifesaver and my go-to for everything. It has kept me so organized and on top of things, along with helping the kids stay on top of things as well. So I want to share with you guys how I've been able to do this project along with keeping my home clean, staying on task, getting everything together. I want to share some of my favorite things on here. So this has helped me plan for the week, plan meals for the week, organize the family schedule, and keep track of everyone's chores all in one place. This chore chart has to be my daughter's favorite. So you can click here, and I don't really have any chores. My husband doesn't. He is obviously at work, but I do always give the girls a couple things to do each and every day. So this is what is today, and I want to share like how excited my daughter is when she actually finishes these chores. And then you're gonna look to see what you have to do.
Okay.
Okay. And then you're gonna do it.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. You read and her homework. Oh, that's cool. The chore chart also links up to this really cool rewards on the side here. So obviously we don't have rewards because we really don't have chores, but like Presley has 28 stars here, and then she can get a mini brand once she gets 100, which is just a little toy. I have my oldest daughter, and we can take her to dinner or a fountain pop, just something fun that would make them want to do chores. Obviously this is probably going to change into money or something down the line, but I think that this is honestly a good start. So on top of chores and rewards, obviously the calendar. This is my go-to. You guys saw in the video in the beginning, like how awful my calendar looked. I did not like it at all. And then this it's just so pretty and it looks so nice. My handwriting is not the best anyways. And then we have meal planning, which meal planning is really cool. And if you use the everblog app, and I'll show like right here somewhere in the video, the app, because it can actually plan out your meals for you. And then if you click here, this seriously tells you how to cook it, the recipe and everything, which, come on, like this is so awesome. Tells you what you need, how many minutes it's gonna take. This is like the perfect thing. So I always need a task to do. I love checking things off a list. So if I click on to do, I have like a get it all done. So this is just everything that I want to do through the week. Like I want to do boo baskets. I have a YouTube Christmas video. I want to sand down the bathroom cabinet, downstairs bathroom, dry our laundry, which I just keep that on there all the time. I have to make Halloween costumes this week, clean the kitchen, make cake pops. So I love being able to just check these off of my list. It is just the nicest thing, and this just keeps me on task. Like I have made cake pops, I have already cleaned up the kitchen, and it's all because of this, because I love being able to check things off of a list instead of have my refrigerator cluttered with items. So photos, I actually added some photos to here of our like vacation, which I think this is cool. So if I just want pictures of the kids up here while I'm cooking dinner, I can do that. And I think it's really fun, and I love kind of reminiscing about like our vacations. Also, one of my favorite parts about this, I say favorite parts, which actually honestly everything on here is a favorite part of mine. So you can always add different family members. So if you have more, you can add more by just clicking this, adding member, and then you kind of pick a color for them. But my absolute favorite thing is this recreational center. I click this and I can watch Netflix. This has honestly been the coolest thing. And then like the volume and everything is right on the side here, so I can turn it up. But I'm not kidding when I say that this has been honestly the coolest part about my wall. It does have a cord, but I am waiting on a cabinet to arrive, and that is going to cover it. So I'm honestly not too worried about it. But I mean, how cool is this to have a TV while you're cooking or while you're cleaning? This is awesome. Another great thing about this is that it does have voice command. So if I didn't want to type something in, I could just hold this button down right here. Take out garbage. And then this is going to be in my calendar, so go to calendar, and take out garbage is going to be right here. So we need to make sure that we take our garbage out, which I love that. All right, you guys, that is it for the video. So if you guys are wanting to tackle a large DIY project, I'd say this was large. This only took a couple days, but it was large for me, and it was a lot of learning and fun for me. But just keep in mind that everyone cannot do things alone. We all need a little bit of help here or there. Thank you to everblog for sponsoring today's video. I honestly don't think I would have done this wall if it wasn't for them. So it got me motivated. It got me on task. I'm organized. I feel good. And now I can finally rest. But if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you are new to my channel, stick around and subscribe. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye.